recording video and open secret in public domain that went for our 10th biennial congress, which led to the election of new leadership. And we are very proud of such an event because it is a clear lesson even to the government of the day that elections can be done in a free, fair, and credible manner, whereby the leadership and its legitimacy will never be questioned. So I would like to take this opportunity again to say even the government of Zimbabwe should plant a feather from us, the young people of Zimbabwe, that we can do these things. Leaders come in. This is the day whereby the world needs to know the new leadership that we have. But before that, I will take this opportunity to give Comrade Mtubuti to say a few words before we give the opportunity to new leadership.
Okay. Thank you, Comrade Destiny. Welcome, comrades and friends. We had our Congress from the 6th to the 9th. And on the first day, it was Monday, we had a policy conference where students were deliberating on issues to do with their challenges, which they are facing in their colleges, universities, and giving the way forward, which the new leadership, the new executive of Zinasu should take forward. We also invited our partners. We invited female student network, student solidarity trusts. We also invited SEWAT to come and grace the occasion. And we came up with the resolution. I think the president will be able to articulate those resolutions. But what I want to also take this opportunity and applaud my executive, the outgoing executive, for being fair enough, for being democratic, the extent of handing over power in a peaceful, free and fair elections. It's very difficult, because in this country we have the president who's been there for 35 years. So for these young people to just, for 2 years, then you say, no, I have to go, I have to live for the new leadership. I think, for me, it's excellent, because according to the president, he said, no, if the people want me to no, we didn't campaign for the second term, we didn't do that, because we believe we need to leave the new leadership, we need to the new generation to take off. But unfortunately, the president, unfortunately, our Congress and the conference of ZANU-PF, I think they were like on the same day. But what I wanted is to President Robert Gabriel Mugabe to attend our Congress, so that he knew that the young people are ready for democracy. We are ready, we're more than ready for democracy. I think there are no contestation of our elections. There are no contestation of the new leadership, because the elections were free and fair. Credible, there was no nikufu, no rigging, no. So for me, I also wanted Eritam Okara to be there, to know how to conduct elections, to learn from us, and we are ready as the outgoing leadership to help SEC in doing elections. But anyway, I don't want to dwell much on that. But I would like also to leave this opportunity to my friends, the journalists. You know me as the president of Zinasu, but comrades, from today onwards, I'm now the former Zinasu president. If I'm going to speak, I'm not going to speak on behalf of Zinasu. No, not at all. I will speak on behalf of myself. And also I will go on with the struggle. We will not leave the struggle. We will go on with the struggle, comrade gender. We will go on with the struggle. But I want to leave this opportunity to the new leadership to take over the student struggle. We have done our part. It is their duty to take the struggle further. Thank you so much. You can take over it. Introduce your
Thank you, former president. What he alluded to, I wish if Zimbabwe would learn from Zinasu that leadership, they should come and go. I'm going to introduce the new national executive members, which were duly elected at a peaceful congress which just ended a day ago. The president who was duly elected by the congress is Alistair Funye from MSU. Vice President is Precious Manyoka from Bondolfi. The Secretary General is Makomborero Haruzivishe from the University of Zimbabwe. The Treasurer General is Wilfred Chadzima from Mashingo Teachers College. The spokesperson for the union was elected Togarebi Zvaimetu from the University of Zimbabwe. The Gender Secretary is Caroline Gauchi from the University of Zimbabwe. Secretary for Education is Tamsanga Njovu from NAST University. Secretary for International Relations is Melissa Mseka from Bondo Teachers College. And lastly, the Secretary for Legal is Privilege Kandira from Great Zimbabwe University. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to leave this time to our Secretary General Makomborero Haruzivishe.
It is clear to the students' community that there is really actual direction by the government in far as ensuring that the students get what they deserve in order for them to access education. The government sits in CFO. After 3 decades of independence, black empower, black rule, self-rule, there is no higher initial educational policy. So as such, we have a vision as the union. We want to put the government to task. We will make solidarity networks with all other progressive student associations like Female Students Network, Say1, Students Solidarity Trust, National Students, and all other forces that want to see the betterment of the students and put the government to task over that. We also are going to make sure that we exhaust all formal platforms of engagement with the government. And if they don't cooperate, it means the government will be under the students. And we, the Zimbabwe National Students Union, will not hesitate to grant the government the Zimbabwe given those conditions. So, this new Zinasu will also make sure that we fight corruption within our higher institutions, both academic and financial. We find that one can come in overnight get into trade. One can overnight buy top of the range cars while the students are suffering sensitive accommodation. While recently we got those, we had the Congress, those statistics. 6,000 female students who have been pauperized and vulnerable have been infected with STIs, and that is not a good story for the Zimbabwe National Students Union to accommodate. We are also going to make sure that the Finance Minister Patrick Namasa will use his budget. We allocated nothing for the students, yet this year alone, this academic year alone, 6,727 students failed to register from agricultural colleges, teachers colleges, universities, and polytechnics. They failed to register in our school dropout. And if you go to primary schools and secondary schools, the figures, they are terrifying. So we are going to make sure that we put it into task to review his budget and allocate more funds for education in Zimbabwe, and to make sure that the government of Zimbabwe puts students at the forefront of development for the betterment of the whole nation.
Revolutionary greetings to your comrades. On the 6th and 8th of December, the National Students Union held its 10th annual Banya Congress against the backdrop of the unending economic crisis, prolonged disregard of human rights, looting of resources by political elites, and inability to address the fleet of the students by the government. This protected suffering of the citizens of Zimbabwe in general and the students in particular. And as students, and as the national executive of Zinasu, Zimbabwe National Students Union, we have taken the mandate and to address the government and be clear that Zinasu is not a political field. Zinasu is for the students, by the students. And if you are not a student, please don't interfere with Zinasu politics. Let the students do their thing. Let the students address their needs. Let the students empower themselves. Not politicians coming to use this to compromise students, using their funds so that the students will be groomed to be violence mongers. But students must take their processes peacefully as the ended by annual Congress. I would like to thank the outgoing NEC for carrying a peaceful Congress and respecting the Constitution, which the government must learn, and even the politician must learn that the Constitution is something that people should take into note and respect. As people of Zimbabwe and the students of Zimbabwe are sending a clear statement to the government that anything without the students saying it's for the students, not for the student. And Zinasu is not politically affiliated to any political party. It is a students' union which is run by students and for
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you so much for that articulate ejaculation of the original semen and our vision minds. So I think at this particular moment, comrades friends, it is my pleasure to invite any questions that might arise from the addresses that have been made by these revolutionary comrades. As we said a clear message to Robert Mugabe, that we cannot continue to be rigging elections, whereas the young people of this generation can do it peacefully and clearly without any challenges. We do not want a government like his. That's why we are grooming each other as young as we are. That even in the future, our nation is going to be great. So in that note, I think I will call upon some questions from the Gala that the leadership can have an opportunity to interact with you.
Thank you very much, the incoming Zinasu leadership. I just want to take this opportunity to congratulate you, and also maybe a question. I'm seeing there are female students in front of us. Are there any female students who have been elected in Zinasu leadership, and how many are they?
Okay, I will tackle that. We have got the gender secretary, who is Caroline Gauti. She confirmed that she couldn't make it due to family problems. The vice president is Precious Manyoka from Bondofi. She confirmed that she couldn't attend. She has gone to Mashingo to sort some other personal business. We have got International Relations Secretary Melissa Museka. She also confirmed that she couldn't attend, considering that she was at the Congress since Saturday up to yesterday. So she couldn't afford coming due to some other pressing challenges. So with this announcement, I think it is clear that the new Executive Council took cognizance of the importance of gender equality. Thank you.
Yeah, we also did that the family business that our gender secretary is undertaking Zinasu family. According to one of the resolutions at the Congress, we resolved that we are going to sue those road police who crushed our fellow student comrades during the demonstration last week of one. So she's going to attend Zinasu family business and we will surely sue them.
I can invite some more questions. Yes, my comrade over there.
Does Zinasu have a deliberate policy to change the leadership of the country? Because I understand you keep saying you have problems with the current leadership of the country. Is it one of the resolutions of Zinasu and one which is shared by all students?
Okay, maybe I can also invite another question, then they can respond all at once.
My question is on the previous years. We heard that Zinasu is aligned to political parties in the past few years. What about the general councillors who attended the Congress? What about their views in terms of Zinasu aligned to this political party? And the other question is, I heard the Secretary General said that we are going to engage the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Finance. How best, we know that in the previous years, the Ministry of Education sometimes ignored you. How best are you going to attend that? If she just ignored you, how best can you do that?
Thank you so much.
Okay, to answer the first question, so far we are from the Congress. the students elected their leadership were well to sit down again and elect provincial structures and come up with a general council that will bring decisions to the way forward that union will take. Today's press conference was to announce the incoming NEC and the way forward that we are going to attack issues. And again, I'm sending a clear statement to whosoever that Zinasu is not aligned to any political party. Zinasu is a student board for the students, empowering young people, putting young people at the forefront of development, demanding protecting the academic freedoms and demanding a space for students in the society.
Okay, there's a comment you asked about engaging with government. Yeah, for us to make sure that we get this, we get a new higher education policy which carries it. We have to involve all political stakeholders in its formulation and development. It means we go to the students are already there resolved. The ministry is also critical in this, in the parliament. And also the Ministry of Finance, we are going to book a meeting with you. And most probably we will receive the response. We will take our issues with you and also ensure that there's a program of action of engagement that you want the ministry and the higher education institutions to come to agreement over the payment of tuition fees and government council to colleges and universities. So that's what we want to make sure that is realized.
Thank you. I saw a couple of you, maybe I check you in my brother, then I think that will be the last.
My question is that I wasn't answered, so let me rephrase it. As Zinasu, do you have a policy to remove the curriculum?
Okay, you can go ahead as well. Then last.
Okay. I wanted to know in terms of how is Zinasu constituted? Does it involve all the universities or all the tertiary institutions across the country, or it belongs to a particular region of the country? Because and really, how do you go ahead with your elections? It's more like we just come, people elect whoever they want. If the entire leadership is from MSU, that's it, we will go with that. Or you require representatives from each and every institution or something like that. How really do you do your elections? Because I heard from when he was announcing some institutions like Rupani State, I didn't even hear anything from them. So I'm wondering which students are you representing if we do not have some sectors of institutions being involved.
Thank you, comrade. Yeah, the first time I
gave some stats on HIV infections in colleges, or STIs. Is it across the country? Or
it's across the country with severe cases recorded in GC2. It's there GC2, there are many communities, the national campus. It's where it's too much.
So how do you intend to deal with that? Because you also allude to the fact that the budget does not support student support, financial support. I mean, how do you intend to deal with that? Because obviously it's some got to do with the welfare.
We want the government to the Ministry of Finance and Education to make a one-stop shop where they deal with this crisis. While the students, the access to STIs, one is the issue of accommodation, look for accommodation. So for them to go to access education, they have to be accommodated by minors there. They have to be accommodated by sugar daddies there. For students to afford a same meal a day, they have someone, they have to give favors to someone for it to appear. And it's out of desperation and passion. So these conditions they have to be improved. The government has to chip in and make sure that at least provide the seats. And I'm sure those ministers, chancellors, vice chancellors, they also have children, they also have heart. They want to understand this issue properly.
Maybe last question, then I will give you the platform.
Okay. My first question is on you said to yourself you're going to sue the police. I wanted to know when you're going to do that, suing the police. That is the first thing. Then the second thing is Zinasu has had problems. We've had problems in various colleges and universities. Like, for example, Michigan State University, we are not allowed even to step foot on campus. And so my question is, how are you going to address the concerns of those when they don't even know you? In some instances, you have been vilified as opposition activists and so forth. How are you going to change the shift where you are saying you want to have a structure where everyone sees you as legitimate, legitimate student? Then last, we read about the rumors which they are saying they want to increase school fees by 50%. Is it 50%? I'm not sure. But as Zinasu, how are you going to tackle that? The issue of fees increase by the government, and also, are you going to take the previous confrontational part? Are you going to negotiate? How are you going to deal with the government, considering how the state has become so brutal and so vicious against its citizens? I think those are my questions.
Okay, maybe before giving some of the questions, I want to respond to the question of like that guy. You asked, no, we have 9 positions in Zinasu. That is the unfortunate part of the story. 9 positions, and we have 46 institutions, and we have elections. Those who if University of Zimbabwe won from the president up to the last post, it's so unfortunate. Something which we cannot control, unfortunately. Lupin was there. But the Congress, we call upon 4 people to represent the institution, the people in the SRCs, including the president and the SC, and also we're considering the gender balance of it. So it was 2 females, 2 males, to come and elect their leadership. So the unfortunate part is about the post. Unless you want us to create 46 posts, of which is not realistic for everyone to be represented.
Maybe to further purchase on that particular position, I think from the address that has been made before, we also operate in provincial structures. So our representation is not specifically on the national executive. It might deny the national executive, but when we cascade down to the provinces, also have representation within those particular provinces. So a representation is always there, even at institutional level. So if you go to Matebele, you might be surprised to see that there are also people from the Lupane State University, like what you have just alluded. Then I think there was a question which was brought by my brother in terms of when and how are you going to sue the police. I think the issue here is clear. We can easily do it even today, but I think there is a legal rule that you need to follow. This is a clear message that you are not going to tie. Surely you are going to sue them. Because what the police of Zimbabwe did was actually unthinkable and stupid, to say the least. The constitution of Zimbabwe is very clear under section 59 that everyone does have a freedom to demonstrate a petition. Therefore, on that particular day, which was Friday the 13th, the students of Zimbabwe gathered together. They did nothing which was next to violence. It was actually a peaceful march, which is required by the constitution. They did exactly that, but it was so surprising to see armed police in infinite numbers, pouncing like a 14-pound hammer at the innocent students, all armed with the placards, returning clear message that Mugabe, your government, you failed to address the student concerns, which are the right to education is enshrined against the constitution. So we cannot allow that to prevail any longer. Therefore, we are going to fight that particular system now, and it's now or never.
Sorry, there is a question which was alluded to, where you said Zinasu is trying to seek leadership change. I mean, the change of government in Zimbabwe. We want to categorically and clearly state that we don't intend to seek change of government in Zimbabwe. We represent students, and that is our main agenda. Like what the former president alluded to earlier on, he said, the democracy which is existing in Zinasu, we wish if the government of Zimbabwe, we wish if ZEC, We wish if Rita Makarao would come and learn the kind of democracy in Zimbabwe. If she would come and learn how elections are conducted in Zinasu. Our core business is representing students' interests and not a change of government. We will go to another question where student speaker said, how are we going to represent student issues on institutions where we are not allowed to stamp our foot on? An example was given for MSU. Zinasu is not a bogus organization. It is a registered union, student union, which is known and recognized in Zimbabwe. So, once we discovered that there are some institutions where the Zinasu leadership is not allowed to stamp their foot on, we are going to revise which source of legislation is being used by the vice chancellors to obstruct Zinasu leadership from standing their foot in those institutions. Once we see that there is no legislative backing on their efforts, we are going to sue them. Even if the police acts in a partisan manner like what occurred some time past, we are going to work on that. And we are going to continue lobbying the police, lobbying those VCs, doing campaigns, doing demonstrations, and trying to convince them by any means necessary to make sure that the student of Zimbabwe is freed. I hope you answered.
Then the issue to do with fees, we'll try by all means to negotiate with the government. But if they fail, comrades, I'm sending this clear statement. The students will speak on themselves. We had a fees must fall campaign in South Africa. All students in Zimbabwe, this issue doesn't affect an MTC student, a ZANU-PF student, a Mabambo student. It affects all students. So I'm sending a message to the students, comrades and friends. It's that time where us as students should put away partisan cards and fight for student freedoms. And we try to engage the government, but if they fail, the message will be sent by the students.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, President. Is it a question?
It's a suggestion. Yeah, I think, comrade, like we have been saying that I think also it is a good thing that when you are invited on such a meeting, you also come in. Because some journalists came here to 10 and you don't say, and some of them ended up going. So I think it's a culture that we need to cultivate in the issue of time.
Okay, thank you so much, comrade, for that particular suggestion. I think the new leadership will improve in terms of punctuality, but from this particular note, I would like to apologize on behalf of the new leadership. I think maybe my role should just end by now, but before I move out from the foot of Zinasu, I'd like to make an announcement that for the past 2 years, we've been engaging as the president, myself as the Secretary General, avoided the spokesperson, Joanna Mamunde, the Gender Secretary, Kingsley Srand, the Legal Secretary, Ibrahim Mutombe, the Academic and Research Secretary, Valerie Chidagwe, the International Relations Secretary. I think that was for the past 2 years. From now onward, if you still believe that you need some ideas from us in terms of engagement, we'll only be free for you as a political analyst. Thank you so much.
Okay, I wanted to say, like I alluded to the females we have in our executive, some who had traveled, and I alluded that there were some who had gone for other businesses. I'm so glad to announce that they are now here with us. The International Relations Secretary, Melissa, and the Gender Secretary, Caroline Doughty, are now with us.
So thank you so much, comrades and friends. I believe that you always be faithful to us in terms of assisting this new leadership to continue with the bearers of the torch in terms of being the vanguards of the society, engage with them. Thank you so much for your time.